Tonight, standing together in solidarity after the deadly attack in Australia.
A lot of tension in the air, a lot of grief in the air.
Waterloo Region's Jewish community marking Hanukkah.
The only real option on the table is to go forward with all our plans, to continue celebrating.
And speaking out against hate. A family in mourning.
Rest peacefully, my little unicorn Winchie princess.
Remembering a young girl lost far too soon.
We're speaking today not out of rage, but out of love for our child and concern for public safety.
In an incident that remains under investigation. Flood frustration.
They say call if it's an emergency. It was an emergency and they didn't do anything until the actual office here in the building opens.
Kitchener tenants calling out what they say was a slow response to an emergency. Good evening. On the heels of a horrific attack half a world away, Waterloo Region's Jewish community is standing together for Hanukkah. The shooting at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia over the weekend left 15 people dead, dozens injured. The latest on the investigation in a moment. First, reaction from local community leaders. CTV's Colton Weens spoke with Rabbi Goldman of Waterloo today. Colton, what was his message?
Well, Tony, he tells me while there are only about 2,000 Jewish people in the region of Waterloo, every one of them is connected to the Jewish community around the world, and they know if it could happen there, it could happen here. But he says carrying on with Hanukkah like they always do is the only correct response. The lighting of the menorah in Waterloo Public Square Sunday night, marking the beginning of Hanukkah. But after what the Australian Prime Minister calls a deadly anti-Semitic terrorist attack, the lighting in Waterloo carrying a bit of a different tone.
It was a beautiful night. It was definitely a bittersweet moment. Mixed feelings, a lot of tension in the air, a lot of grief in the air. But at the same time, it's Hanukkah. And the only response we can possibly have, the only real option on the table, is to go forward with all our plans, to continue celebrating.
At least 15 people were killed and dozens wounded in a shooting during a Hanukkah celebration at Bondi Beach. Rabbi Goldman says while it happened on the other side of the world, the community here still feels the impact.
So the fact that it's the other side of the world doesn't mean the same thing it used to mean 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Everybody's connected. People can travel easily. If it happened there, it could happen here. There's a real risk. We're aware of that risk. We're not naive.
Waterloo Regional Police saying hate and violence have no place in our communities and that police are working with faith leaders while taking enhanced proactive measures for planned Hanukkah celebrations across Waterloo Region. Rabbi Goldman says going ahead with Hanukkah events is really the only response the local Jewish community can possibly have.
The alternative is that terrorism wins. The alternative is that ideologies and movements that would like to see Jews disappear are victorious. It's never going to happen.
This afternoon, Rabbi Goldman lit the menorah outside Cambridge City Hall, saying Hanukkah itself speaks to their continued response as a victory of the Jews revolting against an oppressor and the celebration of overcoming odds.
They need to learn from history. There's a long list of haters. There's a long list of holidays that the Jewish people have of overcoming those who wish to exterminate the Jews. So learn a little history, accept the fact that Jews are here to stay, and we'll all get along. It's not hard.
Now, another menorah lighting is set to be held at Kitchener City Hall on December 21st. Rabbi Goldman says obviously there are still many threats and risks that they have to be vigilant against, but he says every single person who comes out to a Hanukkah event, Jewish or not, by virtue of standing there is helping to defeat terrorism and what it aims to achieve. Tony.
Okay, Colton Weens with local reaction tonight. Colton, thank you. And in Australia, the memorials continue to grow at Bondi Beach. It was that country's worst mass shooting in nearly 30 years. Tonight, Australia's Prime Minister is promising stricter gun control laws. CTV's Judy Trin has the latest.
Grief uniting hundreds of mourners 24 hours after a mass shooting on Bondi Beach. Violence that turned the celebration of Hanukkah into carnage.
Hundreds of people running and screaming off the beach. So I turned around and we just started running back as quick as we could back to our hostel.
At least 15 people were killed, dozens were wounded. The victims range in age from 10 to 87 years old. Among those killed, the rabbi leading the celebration, Eli Schlanger, who had relatives in Toronto.
He was just full of life, positivity. It was his mission to bring the light of Judaism into the world.
Authorities call the attack terrorism and anti-Semitic.
The offenders are a 50-year-old and 24-year-old male who are father and son.
Police aren't releasing the suspect names, but Australian media are identifying them as Sajid Akram and Naveed Akram. The father was shot by police and had immigrated in 1988 as a student. His son Naveed was born in Australia.
He was examined on the basis of being associated with others, and the assessment was made that there was no indication of any ongoing threat.
38 other people remain in hospital, but the death toll could have been much greater if not for a bystander. Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a local fruit vendor from Syria, tackled the older suspect and was also shot multiple times. 2 decades ago, Ottawa Rabbi Chaim Mendelson participated in the Hanukkah ceremony on Bondi Beach. He calls Ahmed a hero.
He is literally the light in the darkness. He is the silver lining of this story. He is the reminder that there is a safe future for all of mankind to live together.
In the aftermath of this attack, Australia's leaders are promising to tighten already tough gun laws, including putting limits on the number of guns a person can own, as well as reviewing licenses. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Another story making international headlines tonight, the murders of famed director and actor Rob Reiner and his wife. The pair were discovered dead in their Los Angeles home yesterday, and tonight their son is under arrest. CTV's Andrea Case has the latest.
You are a meathead. What did you call me?
From a career started in front of the camera, Rob Reiner went on to be one of the most successful filmmakers of all time. The man behind so many iconic films lived in the quiet, upscale Los Angeles neighborhood of Brentwood. That quiet was shattered on Sunday afternoon when emergency crews responded to a 911 call after 3:30. At the home, they discovered 2 bodies, a man and a woman, and it was quickly ruled a homicide. Search warrants were issued, and a coroner identified the deceased as Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner. The couple's bodies were discovered by their 28-year-old daughter, Romy. 6 hours later, a shocking arrest was made.
We're able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case.
Hi, I'm Marty DeBerge.
78-year-old Reiner was an award-winning writer, director, and actor. He was known for directing iconic films, including This is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride, and A Few Good Men.
You can't handle the truth.
What you really take away from his movies is a generosity, right, where it's not about his style, it's about serving the work, and it's about giving room to actors.
The Reiners had been married since 1989. Ironically, it was on the set of a romantic comedy they met.
When he went into make When Harry Met Sally, he met Michelle Singer, fell in love, and changed the ending of the movie to a happy ending.
Tributes are pouring in for the couple. Jane Fonda wrote Rob and Michelle Singer Reiner were always coming up with ideas for how to make the world better, kinder. President Barack Obama wrote, "Beneath all of the stories he produced was a deep belief in the goodness of people and a lifelong commitment to putting that belief into action."
And that was CTV's Andrea Case with that report. All right, time for a first look at the weather. Leanne Evans is in studio with us on this Monday. I've got to say, the weekend, wow, that made the difference with all of that sunshine we got Saturday and then again for a while on Sunday.
Yeah, and what a difference it makes, hey? Especially when temperatures are this cold. And we've been in a little bit of a cold snap over the past couple of weeks. Well, similar story today. Started the week off with pretty frigid conditions, especially if you were up early this morning. And we didn't see too much of that sunshine out there today. Scattered flurries, some cloud cover, not a whole lot of sun. -8 this hour in Waterloo region through London and in Windsor as well. -5 along the shores of Lake Huron and opposite in the GTA as well. Feeling closer to the -20 mark when you factor in the wind chill. You'll likely notice that bitter bite out there in the mid-morning into the afternoon as well. It feels quite cool. And condition-wise, like I said, some scattered flurries through the day, but things seem to have calmed down for now. Temperatures will eventually rise above the freezing mark, I think for the first time in what feels like a long time. A little bit later this week, we'll break that down, tell you when, coming up in the full forecast. Tony.
All right, Leanne, thank you. And we'll also check in with you for Toy Mountain in just a little while.
Of
All
course.
right, appreciate that. We are hearing tonight from the parents of a 3-year-old girl who died in a collision in Cambridge last week. CTV's Hannah Schmidt has more on their call for healing and for change in the wake of a tragedy.
She was our angel.
She was our everything.
Two parents mourning the loss of their 3-year-old daughter.
My heart hurts more than I can bear. I love you and always and forever, my sweet baby girl.
A little girl who died only days ago in a collision in Cambridge.
This is about preventing another family from standing where we are today and having to go through this horrific pain.
Last Thursday, Shea says she and her daughter, who was in her stroller at the time, were struck by a vehicle as they were walking near the Westgate Center Plaza on Cedar Street. The young girl was rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries and later died. Shea was taken to hospital with serious injuries. She has since been released from care. The driver, a 75-year-old Cambridge man, was not injured. Police say the investigation is ongoing.
We're speaking today not out of rage, but out of love for our child and concern for public safety.
Flowers, stuffed animals, and handwritten notes lined Cedar Street in memory of the young girl. At the request of the family and in keeping with Indigenous cultural practices, the child is not being named. CTV News is also not identifying the child.
For the next year, we won't say her name because we want her to continue her journey with Creator. We want her to be able to move on and be in peace.
Indigenous leaders with the healing of the 7 generations held a sacred fire ceremony outside the daycare the child attended. The ceremony concluded Monday morning with a closing gathering, bringing together family, friends, and community members.
We usually start a sacred fire and we have it going for about 4 days, and this is to help that spirit pass on.
The parents are also calling for tougher road safety laws. At this point, Waterloo Regional Police haven't commented on a cause or any potential charges related to the case. As support continues to flood in, her parents say they want her remembered not for how she died, but for how she lived.
Your smile lit up our world and you'll be deeply missed. We'll remember your laughter, your curiosity, your sassy side. Rest peacefully, my little unicorn witchy princess.
Hannah Schmidt, CTV News, Cambridge.
A Toronto club promoter and self-described dating coach was charged with sexual assault last week. Tonight, more women are speaking out, and there are questions about whether the justice system could have done more years ago. CTV's John Woodward reports.
I kept trying to walk away, and he kind of just wasn't not letting me.
A woman we're calling JP said she was approached last year on King Street in Toronto by a group of men, including this man, Justin Mark Aguiar.
Open, hook, and close, and pull gorgeous women.
Whose website describes lessons he gives on how to pick up women. Regular price for the top tier, thousands.
I almost felt like I was in the middle of a live lesson right then and there.
She says she declined his approaches. He took her phone and followed his own account on Instagram. From there, she got messages inviting her to huge parties. Bring all your girls. JP never went, but another woman we're calling Jay said she was invited to his apartment to find no party. What happened that night led to a charge of sexual assault against Aguiar.
I was being cornered in a very uncomfortable position.
We're not identifying these women because they're worried about backlash and because courts usually ban the identities of sexual assault victims. We've also spoken with a third woman who says she was sexually assaulted about 5 years ago, invited to his apartment with a similar story.
When we got to his apartment, there was no one there. It was just us.
Aguiar was charged with sexual assault then too, one of 2 charges he's faced before that were withdrawn while the courts faced tremendous backlogs during the pandemic. The woman wondering whether things would be different if her charge had gone before a judge or jury.
It's upsetting, but I think it's also validating to hear that it's not just 1, not just 2 cases, but now there's 3 charges.
Aguiar's lawyer says the case was dropped after another man was acquitted of an allegation of sexual assault by the same woman at the same time.
He says he plans to tell the court that Aguiar never sexually assaulted anyone.
As for anyone thinking of taking a course like Aguiar's, JP says,
there is a way to get girls. Be yourself, be kind, be genuine.
Because when that happens, all of these tactics may be unnecessary. John Woodward, CTV News.
Okay, we are heading out to the lobby here at CTV now to check in with Leanne Evans, who is, as we mentioned, welcoming some more guests who are about to add to our Toy Mountain for the Salvation Army. Leanne.
Yes, Tony, and this is our final week of the campaign here at our CTV Kitchener studios with our finale coming up on Wednesday. So we really need all the toys we can get to build that mountain in support of the Salvation Army. And today we have Grow Public School and the Dune South Community Group here with us making a big donation. Van and Yuraj are here on behalf of Grow Public School. It's great to have you guys here with us. Yuraj, first tell me a bit about how the campaign has been going.
The campaign has been wonderful. The start of, in 2017, we started the toy drive. We only had 38 toys, but this year we've gotten to 324 toys. But with the Dune South community, we've gotten 966 toys, thanks to them. We've also done other stuff. Not just including the donations. We've read it in front of Toy Mountain to lift the younger grade spirits and include stuff.
Wow, that's fantastic. And yeah, almost 1,000 toys between the two groups. That's so great, guys. Van, tell me why you think it's important to give back to other kids in the community. And why it's important for kids to have gifts to open Christmas?
I feel like it's really nice to give kids gifts on Christmas because this is a really important time of the year, and kids deserve to be happy, and it's nice to get back to the community and make sure everyone just has a smile on their face.
Well, it's fantastic. It's great what you guys are all doing as a group. We're also going to speak with Sharon a little bit later on the behalf of the Dune South Community Group, and that will be when we do the big donation in studio at our Toy Mountain. So stay tuned for that. Tony will be adding almost 1,000 toys to the mountain tonight.
Wow, looking forward to seeing that. Okay, Leanne, thank you. We'll talk to you in a few minutes. Coming up, a rude awakening, and according to some tenants in a Kitchener apartment building today, a disappointing response. CTV's Jeff Pickle has more on a morning of flood frustrations.
I'm Heather Centerin with a push to have a refund for light rail transit. A Cambridge City Council believes taxpayers shouldn't have been paying for the ION for the last 6 years since it doesn't service their community. And now the idea of asking for a refund from the region is making its way onto the agenda. That story is just ahead.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVKitchener.ca, your home for news. When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
A push to have the region of Waterloo reimburse Cambridge taxpayers for the cost of light rail will be formally raised at Cambridge City Council tonight. CTV's Heather Centerin joining us now live with more. And Heather, it's been 6 years since light rail, of course, launched in Kitchener and Waterloo. The idea of Cambridge asking for a refund, that's going to be in front of City Council shortly.
And Tony, no immediate decisions are expected on this at Cambridge Council tonight, but Councillor Helen Schwery will be notifying Council that a motion is on the way to get this discussion underway. The region launched the LRT in Kitchener and Waterloo in the summer of 2019 with a promise that eventually Cambridge would be included, but that hasn't happened yet. Councillor Schwery says it is unfair that Cambridge taxpayers have been paying for regional transit that has yet to benefit their community. Tonight she will be asking for Council's support report in lobbying the region for a breakdown of what Cambridge taxpayers have paid to date. She also says taxpayers should get a refund for what they have paid so far. And she also wants future payments to stop until the LRT starts going through Cambridge.
We paid $60 million to their building of their ION, but they will not be paying a penny to build ION because they said our ION because they're getting the money from the provincial government. So that part isn't fair at all. And also, apparently, they've gotten all this benefits from all this economic development, $5 billion.
Councillor Schwery says while it has been added to the agenda tonight, she says she will only be presenting it. She believes it will not be debated until early February. The Cambridge Council meeting starts in a few minutes. Tony.
Okay, and we'll be keeping an eye on that. Heather, thank you. CTV's Heather Centerin joining us with that report. Well, a rude awakening this morning for tenants at a Kitchener apartment building. They say water began pouring into some of their units shortly after 5 a.m. The damage doesn't appear extensive, but as CTV's Jeff Pickle tells us, the tenants say they were not impressed with building management's initial response.
It eventually started coming out the bottom of the base.
Well, many of us are hoping for gifts under the Christmas tree. No one wants water under the tree or anywhere else on the floor in their home.
The electrical boxes got the carpet, and you can see the discoloration of the...
Around 5 this morning, Ryan McMaster says he woke up to the sound of dripping in his apartment at 2969 Kingsway Road.
And looked out the window, there was no rain, and then I realized there was water coming in through the outlets of the living room.
According to Ryan, the situation soon escalated.
I realized it was also coming in my kitchen, my first bedroom, the hallway, and started leaking shortly after, maybe an hour later, into the bathroom.
McMaster says he called the building's management at Homestead Land Holdings. He felt they did not take the situation seriously.
They said they were going to take a report and send it to the office for when the office opened at 9 o'clock, and I was trying to explain to them it was more than just a small leak, and the hallways were also flooded with at least an inch of water at that time.
McMaster says he was shocked when he was told there was no one on site 24/7 who can handle this type of emergency in real time.
This morning at probably 5:30, 6 o'clock is when the first time he said they can't send up a super because there's no on-site superintendents that are capable of dealing with electrician or plumbing.
It was a little before noon.
Just checking the water button that came from above.
When contractors made their first contact with Ryan more than 6 hours after his first call. McMaster says it doesn't look like the damage is enough to have to move out, but says management was caught flat-footed.
They say call if it's an emergency. It was an emergency, and they didn't do anything until the actual office here in the building opened.
We reached out to Homestead Apartments, who say they are aware of the leak, have addressed the issue, and are working with impacted residents. Meanwhile, tenants do their best to clean up. Jeff Pickle, CTV News, Kitchener.
Okay, here's a live look at Uptown Waterloo from our tower camera on this, as Leanne was mentioning, very chilly Monday. We didn't really get much relief in the temperature department over the weekend, although we did see some sunshine. So Leanne's back in just a couple of moments to tell us what the rest of the week is expected to bring. And also coming up, whether it's a sandwich, cream cheese, or just butter, we will stop by a local bakery where they've been serving up all kinds of satisfaction with bagels. That's on this week's edition of Made Right Here. And the ice is pretty nice. Community rinks begin opening earlier than expected thanks to a frosty assist from the weather. All right, welcome back. It's Monday. We're into another week after a, pretty decently sunny weekend. Although, like I was saying, we didn't really get much relief in the temperature department. And at one point yesterday, I forgot to cover my ears and hands when I went outside. And I thought, I'm only walking about 15 minutes. By about the 7th minute.
You know what? I went up to Tim Hortons today, which is what, 2 minutes from our office?
Not far.
If that.
Yeah.
And I was carrying back a tray, and my hands were numb by the time I got back here. I was like, oh my goodness,
This is
it's
like
cold.
a 600-foot walk across a parking lot. But yeah, it really was, there was a bite in the air. I think you put it perfectly when you described it as that.
And that's exactly it. We've been dealing with it. We've been really in that cold snap for the past, I'd say about a week and a half, and not really any relief.
It just looks, I don't know why, but
cold.
it looks cold.
Yeah,
outside.
and then when you add in the snowfall to that too, and the blowing snow, whew, we're in for it sometimes. But you're right, Tony, over the weekend with that sunshine, it really makes a difference. It really, really does, as we take a live look from downtown Kitchener this hour. And it's chilly. Bundle up if you're making your way outside tonight. Temperatures, our overnight lows have been very, very chilly. We've been feeling into the -20s when you do factor in the wind chill overnight. Last night, we reached a overnight low of -19. And as you can see, that's well below seasonal for this time of year. Usually, our overnight low is around -8, which is actually what our daytime high was closer to today. So you can see that just for comparison, how frigid it really is. And it's been a frigid start to the week for most communities right across southwestern Ontario. Currently sitting at -8 in KW. It's -5 through the GTA, -6 in Hamilton, -5 along the shores of Lake Huron this hour. And we are feeling closer to -17 when you do factor in that wind chill. If you made it outside earlier this afternoon too, you probably noticed some blowing snow and crisp, cool conditions. Many communities feeling around the same when you do factor in the wind chill. Overnight tonight, -15 will be our overnight low. Mostly cloudy conditions, wind gusts out of the southwest, upwards of about 40 kilometers an hour. By tomorrow, we're actually going to rise to -2 for our daytime high, which the forecast was earlier saying -6 would be the daytime high, so a little bit warmer than what we were forecasting earlier this afternoon. Winds out of the southwest upwards of about 50 kilometers an hour, and that's what I want to talk about a little bit, is the wind gusts and why it's been feeling so cold out there. We've been seeing wind gusts upwards about 50 kilometers an hour, and by tomorrow night we could see those wind speeds rise to about 70 kilometers an hour. So especially overnight Tuesday, if you're making your way outside, keep that in mind, because it's going to feel a lot colder than what the temperature is actually saying. Now, speaking of the wind, we have a gale warning in effect for the winds along southern Lake Huron. So wind speeds gusting upwards of about 70 kilometers an hour. And it was forecast that the waves would actually be building to about 3 meters high earlier this afternoon. So again, that gale warning in effect for wind speeds along southern Lake Huron. Okay, futurecast looks like this. By tonight, we're seeing some lake effect snow continue to build off the north shores of Lake Huron. If you're joining us from north of Waterloo region, you're likely seeing some snowfall in your area tonight into the overnight hours. Take a look at the pink, especially south of the border. That is going to be some freezing rain, some mixed precipitation. If you're joining us from Brant County, you'll likely notice that through the day on Tuesday, and that system moves out just in time for another to move in by overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. That will bring some mixed precipitation, some rainfall as well. And that's because temperatures are rising. 2 degrees will be the daytime high. By Thursday, 4 degrees daytime high. And I don't think we've been above the freezing mark in quite some time here locally. If you are in the Windsor area, mix of sun and cloud over the next couple of days. Rainfall forecast for Thursday with a daytime high of 7 degrees. So even inching close to the double digits at this time of year is not something we're used to. Freezing rain and mixed precipitation forecast over the next couple of days in southern Georgian Bay. Daytime high reaches 5 degrees on Thursday with about 10 millimeters of rainfall in the forecast. Okay, tonight's Weather Watcher picture comes to us from James Bowman at Schneider's Woods in Waterloo. Wow, what a gorgeous snapshot of the trail there. And I love a good Sunday snowy trail walk. So James, hope you had fun out there. Thanks for sending us this photo.
Well, it's the final week of our Toy Mountain campaign in partnership with the Salvation Army, continuing to build the mountain right here in our studio. And Leanne Evans is over at it now. Leanne, I know that the students at Grow Public School have done some incredibly community-minded projects we've reported on in the past. And this is another one tonight.
Yes, it is. And this is not the first year we've had students from Grove Public School join us with the Dune South Community Group as well. So, guys, thanks so much for coming back. Sharon, I'm going to start with you on this one. Tell me about the Dune South community and exactly what you guys have been doing throughout the campaign. As you do that, I'm going to get the kids to start bringing in some of those toys because I know we've got about 1,000 toys. So, guys, come on in, start bringing the toys in. And, Sharon, tell me about the campaign on your end.
So basically, Dune South has been a part of this Toy Mountain since 2017, and it's just the whole community comes together. We did have different drop-off points. The two community centers, the Huron Community Center and the Pioneer, the schools, Grove Public School and JW. Even the local businesses, we had various drop-off points with them as well. We had Dune Village Pharmacy, Total Air Care, and State Immigration.
Okay,
yes.
Fantastic. And Tess Van and you, Raj, are here on behalf of Grove Public School. And as you can see, all the students, too, bringing in the donations. Tess Van, you've been a part of this campaign before, so this isn't your first time doing this. Why do you think it's so important to be able to help other kids?
I think it's like really important to help other kids. For those who don't have like any gifts for Christmas, like we collected so many like various toys this year, which is like pretty nice. And like we collected like different toys, like stuffed animals and like Legos, other toys like that. And we also like collected different toys from like all ages, like babies, toddlers, teens, and yeah.
Perfect, because there's such a need for toys for everyone. You, Raj, quickly tell me what it's been like for you throughout the campaign to see all of your fellow peers and other students get involved.
The campaign has been amazing. The students at Grove have been so helpful. Select students have been chosen to like help read in front of the Toy Mountain to encourage younger kids and like boost their spirit for the holiday season. We've also, many students have donated, and we've had lots of like winter events to help boost the like morale of our school.
Well, that's fantastic. It's great what you guys are doing, especially teaching the younger kids as well why it's important to take part in campaigns like this one. As you can see, we are still bringing in those donations, Tony, because there are about 1,000 donations of toys that have been collected between the students at Grove Public School and the Dune South Community Group. Guys, I just want to say thank you again. Thanks so much for supporting the Salvation Army and Toy Mountain.
Oh my gosh, Leanne, yes, that there's still a pile outside our studios of toys. So huge thank you to everyone at Grove Public School. All right, coming up next, taking stock of rising prices. We'll find out what today's new inflation data is telling us about what's costing more quickly. That's next.
It's time to build a toy mountain.
Make this holiday season merry for so many kids.
Bring new unwrapped toys to your local Canadian Tire.
All in support of the Salvation Army.
We'll be collecting donations from November 19th to December 24th.
With all donations helping families right here in our community.
Toy Mountain, supported by the Core Group, Goman's Appliances, and the Crack Specialists.
Let's make this the best toy mountain ever.
Visit ctvkitchener.ca for more ways to donate.
Inflation held steady in November, climbing at the same rate as October, according to the latest data from Statistics Canada. But behind that headline is a very different story. CTV's Colton Prail reports.
Today's data paints a pair of contrasting pictures. A national economy showing signs of improvement, but one where Canadians seeing their monthly and weekly bills climb even higher. At a headline 2.2% increase, inflation in November was on par with October. But core metrics closely monitored by the Bank of Canada dropped below 3% for the first time since March, a sign its fiscal policy is working. But ask Canadians how they feel about the economy, and it's a very different picture.
It's the prices that we're interacting with every day that show prices have increased way more than our wages. And so you have that sticker shock value when you're at the grocery store, when you get your cell phone bill every month.
Prices for fresh or frozen beef are up nearly 18% year over year. Coffee is almost 28% more expensive. And this month, higher prices for fresh fruit, berries, sugars, and confectionery mean grocery prices are 4.7% higher year over year, the biggest jump in 2 years. Canadians are also paying more for their cell service, which climbed nearly 13% this year. According to Thiessen, part of the reason Canadians are feeling the impacts of inflation more is that in the last 4 years, food prices are up roughly 30%, while wages climbed only 20%. Colton Prale, CTV News, Ottawa.
Okay, Ashley Bacon in studio with us for a look at our top stories tonight. And of course, Ashley, we're tracking local reaction to that devastating mass shooting in Australia over the weekend.
That's right, Tony, where 15 people died and dozens more wounded in the shooting. Locally in Waterloo, Rabbi Goldman tells CTV News there are about 2,000 Jewish people in the region of Waterloo, saying every one of them is connected to the Jewish community and know if it could happen there, it could happen here. Rabbi Goldman says there's a lot of tension and grief in the air, but continuing on with Hanukkah is really the only response the local Jewish community can possibly have. In Cambridge, a community continues to mourn after a 3-year-old girl was killed in a crash last week. Police say a child and her mother were struck while walking near Westgate Centre Plaza Thursday afternoon. The 31-year-old mother was hospitalized with serious injuries and has since been released. The parents are now calling for stronger road safety laws.
And Ash, looking at what our digital team is working on. A story tonight involving a report about some counterfeit currency.
That's right, Tony. Guelph police say 2 people were ripped off by someone using fake money to purchase online purchases. They say someone used fake $100 bills to purchase a phone on December 3rd and again yesterday. The suspect description in both incidents is similar. For more on that description, you can scan the QR code on the bottom left of your screen to get the story on your CTV News app or to download the app right now. You can also visit our website, ctvnewskitchener.ca. Tony.
All right, Ashley Bacon with our top stories. Thank you, Ash.
Thank you.
Montreal-inspired, handcrafted, and full of flavor. We visit a business wholly centered on bagels on this week's edition of Made Right Here.
Hey, my name is Michael. This is Poppy's Bagels. We're located uptown Waterloo and also at Conestoga Mall. We specialize in hand-rolled, boiled, baked fresh, daily Montreal-inspired bagels. Our whole focus is bagels, so we spent a lot of time and care developing our recipes and our procedures. We've changed the way we bake them probably like a dozen times since we've opened. We boil them, we bake them fresh every single day, and we hand roll them. The volume that we do, it'd be a lot easier to get a machine, but I think you lose kind of the love and the magic of it without having to hand roll. It's why our logo is an imperfect circle, because each bagel looks slightly different, and there's kind of like a cool character or charm to that, we feel. We have been open for almost 3 years. We'll have our 3-year anniversary in May. We've been in the mall since the end of March. The idea came about because I was living overseas in New Zealand and in England, and they had awesome bagel scenes over there. And I realized we were kind of lacking like a shop that was specifically dedicated to bagels and focused on bagels in the Waterloo region. And I missed that coming back home, so I was like, we really kind of want to like bring that to the community because it was such a big part of my life. So our bagels, we have like our 5 core. We do plain, pop seed, sesame, everything, and blueberry. And then every day of the week, except for on Saturdays and Sundays, we do a feature bagel. So those are typically the same every day of the week, but they do rotate sometimes. Our sandwiches, we have all our classics when we open, and we've added a couple since then. They're all kind of named after our family members. Like we've got a Kyrie named after my son, Ruby named after my daughter, I'm the Poppy, and then obviously my wife is the mama. So that's kind of where the inspiration for the sandwiches came from. We couldn't ask for better customers. We have some that come in daily, and we always have special interactions with all our customers. So yeah, the Waterloo region's awesome. And when people come in and they eat our bagels and they come back up to the counter and they order more, and they're like, this is incredible, and they're getting like dozens to take away for their family to try out. It's always an incredible feeling, because at the end of the day, we're here because we want to create a product that people love. And when people are, affirming that we are doing that for them, then it's the best feeling. We want people to really enjoy our product, and they seem to be doing so.
Well, it's time to sharpen up the skates and find the silver lining in a cold December. Coming up, CTV's Karis Map on the work that's been underway to get community rinks ready for some movement.
holiday set decoration provided by Royal City Nursery.
Skates will be carving up some of the ice on community rinks soon as they begin to take shape. As CTV's Karis Map tells us, with cooler conditions, many rinks, including the ones in Kitchener, are opening ahead of schedule.
Neighborhood rinks are being prepared across Kitchener communities.
We have a little over 20 rinks right now. We're still recruiting for a couple. We're hoping to get that number closer to 25, but we'll have certainly over 20 operating rinks this year.
The rinks are municipally owned but operated by volunteers. And with the amounts of snow and cold temperatures southwestern Ontario has seen in the past few weeks, rinks are being flooded earlier than usual.
In the past few years, our rinks haven't become active until January. So we've had a great cold spell here the last little while, which has helped our volunteers start to get things ready a little bit earlier than we typically would have the rinks going.
One of the City of Kitchener's rinks that recently opened is right here at Westmount Public School. Now, this is one of the few locations that features 2 rinks, and so while the big one beside me isn't quite ready for skaters, volunteers said they worked hard to ensure that the small rink behind me would be ready in time for Christmas.
We're really fortunate as a school. We're one of the last schools to have a rink. A lot of the other rinks are at parks, and it really does bring the community together from all over the neighborhood.
The process to get the pads skating ready takes about 2 weeks.
Walk on the snow to pat it down, and then you wet it, and then you walk on it again, and you keep doing that over and over until you have a good base, and then you can start to really flood it.
With warmer weather expected in the coming weeks, volunteers are preparing to pivot.
We'll probably close the rinks and just keep people off of them, and hopefully have enough base where it can kind of survive 24 or 36 hours of warmth, and then gets cold again and you can keep flooding it and it survives that. But if you get 2 or 3 really warm days, you can end up kind of starting from scratch again.
All the hard work proving to be worth the effort.
It's really fun to come up here on a weekend or even a weeknight and you see tons of kids out skating or a quick hockey game that's organized. So yeah, that's definitely that's the part that when you're out here at midnight and you're really cold and you're flooding, that you kind of picture those times where it's filled with kids and everyone's having a great time.
To get those skates ready, because a rink could be coming to a neighborhood near you. Karis Map, CTV News, Kitchener.
And we'll have more coming up in a moment. First, let's check in once again with Leanne.
Frigid start to the week on this Monday here in Waterloo region, currently sitting at -8 locally, feeling like -17 with the wind chill. How will tomorrow look? We'll find out coming up in your wake-up weather. Big night for television on this Monday. Tracker at 7 p.m., followed by St. Denis Medical, The Big Bang Theory, and at 9 o'clock, it is night 1 of the finale for The Voice. You can watch it all tonight on CTV.
Okay, we are going to check in with Ashley Bacon one more time to find out what we'll have a little bit later tonight, Ash.
Well, Tony, we'll be watching a story out of Guelph tonight where a bike lane protest is happening in an effort to convince council to keep maintaining bike lanes in the winter. CTV's Alexander Hollick will bring you the latest. Also tonight, we're going to check in with Cambridge Council, where the idea of the city asking for the region for a refund for light rail will be formally introduced. We'll have an update on that conversation at 11:30. Tony.
Ashley, thank you very much for that. And Leanne's here with Wake Up Weather. Now, I was looking at your 7-day boards with a lot of interest because I see some temperatures that are at or above 0 this week.
Yeah, and I think it's Thursday. We'll see temperatures, well, they're forecast to rise to about 4 degrees locally. So if that happens, you know, we could see a little bit of melt out there as well, because we have quite a bit of snow accumulated.
We've got a lot, and that's a good point to make because it can sometimes get messy when you get a thaw like that after we've had so much snow. But I know the comfort level is going to be a bit of a relief as far as the air goes.
I'm excited too. I was looking at that with big wide eyes like, yay. Okay, but we're not there yet, okay? We got to talk about Tuesday first. And as you can see, temperatures dropping overnight once again. -15 the overnight low, so waking up very chilly, frigid start to your Tuesday morning. But the sun should come out by the middle of the morning, so hopefully that provides some relief for everyone who wants to get outside and enjoy what winter has to offer.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
As they say in the musical Annie.
Tomorrow.
I think that's what it's from.
That's what it's from.
Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it is.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Okay, I thought so. Musicals aren't my forte. but I've got a little bit of knowledge here.
That's your bottom dollar. Tomorrow there will be sun. Let's hope.
Leanne has promised it. Leanne has promised it. Okay, looking at our toy mountain, of course it's growing again with another donation tonight that we had earlier. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, we're going to take a live look at the mountain, but before we do, I want to show you another couple of donations that came in before our 6 o'clock show.
Yes, the first from Delphine and Lloyd Martin Apartments with Parkwood Community Home. The group collected over 65 toys. These pictures are from them dropping off their generous donation this morning right here at the CTV News studios. And as we know, every single donation's going to be given to kids and teens right throughout the region, Leanne.
Yeah, we had another donation today during our 5 o'clock show as well. Amanda with CBI Health in Kitchener came in with their group's donation. They collected around $200 worth of crafts for kids to stay entertained over the holiday season. So thanks again to CBI for that donation as well. Lots on tap this week, Tony, because you know it is our finale week. So we're squeezing everyone in who wants to come in and donate. So here's the live look from our Toy Mountain tonight. Of course, big thanks to Grow Public School and the Dune South Community Group for coming in with almost 1,000 toys tonight.
And I want to emphasize Grow Public School because it was only a couple of months ago that we did a story about a group of students from Grow who decided to do a community garage sale for charity as a community project that they were doing in their classroom. So these are really community-minded students, and they're paying it forward tonight with this.
Yeah, and I love what the students who came in said as well. They've been doing readings at their Toy Mountain that they've been building at school to kind of teach the younger kids why it's important to give back to people in our community, and of course this initiative in support of the Salvation Army.
You've got to love it. It is bringing out the best in everyone this year, and we want to drive that forward right to the finish line later this week. So we hope you'll join us for our big finale show on Wednesday. And in the meantime, Krista Simpson has your next local news at 11:30. Have a good night.